This is video 1 of my experiences of teaching English in Japanese high schools. So I guess I'll start with my first meeting. Actually, no, let's start with me applying for the job. So I got my job from pt.1, and anybody that is looking for a job in Japan, I suggest that you really go to that website to get some jobs, because they put jobs up. Jobs get put up every day, I think. Yeah. So, you know me, I got in my, full suit, tie, shiny shoes, ready to go. Had my hair extra slick, shaved up, absolutely no hair. You can see I have hair now, just because I got used to the whole teaching English thing and got the vibes from the other Japanese people that expect me to teach English. The thing that I got from the Japanese speakers that wanted me to teach English is they not only want you to teach English, but at the same time you're kind of a cultural ambassador too. So in America, it's okay to have facial hair as long as it's straight. You're not looking fuzzy or from some African wilderness or from some Arctic place. To sum it up, as long as you're looking presentable, as long as you're looking okay or good, I would say, you're going to be accepted. On a side note, please, 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 if you're coming to Japan, please try to act like you have some sense. I swear, every gaijin that I've met or come across, not everyone, obviously, but the majority of them just act like complete assholes when they come here. It's just like, when you come here, act like you have some sense. Like, act like your mother raised you, please, please. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into too much of that. I went to my interview, and when I met with the gentleman, we came into this cafeteria area, and he pulls out his papers and he asks about me, and I give him my full spiel. Like, I'm a straight up stand-up guy, and I would do the best for this company, and blah 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 blah. And then he simply takes out his papers, slides over a contract, and gives me a pen. Yeah, the interview was really just me signing a contract. Contract was pretty much it, 1 year for this amount of money, and it was pretty straightforward. Yeah. After that, we had our first meeting, and our first meeting just consisted of all of the teachers from the area getting together. Then we had our big, hey, this is our company, and we work with the Board of Education, so this is how you will report things, and if you need help, come to this person, and if you have questions about your payments, come to this, or not payments, your salary, come to this person. And it was pretty much it. After all that jazz, we got our schedules for the year, and we got our school map, or map to our school. After getting the map to our schools, it was pretty much a week until we had to go to our schools, which is kind of interesting to me, because I was thinking that we would meet somebody from the school to kind of show us who we should talk to in the school if we need some help, or if we had some kind of, we knew who the principal was at least. But no, there was none of that. It was just kind of like, here, and gave us the boot. So a week later, I start at my school, and it was pretty boring. I mean, I came to the school, of course, and fully suited up. Went up, walked to the front desk. They obviously knew who I was, because I was the only foreign guy there. And I'm pretty sure that they were more surprised because it was a black guy. So the principal comes and meets me, and luckily for me, he used to be an English teacher. So he came up, he spoke his moderate English to me, and oh yeah, not to cut the story, but whenever you come to a school, you will always have to take off your shoes from outside and put on the shoes for you. It's like inside shoes. Yeah. Which was new for me. Nobody told me that. Not even my company told me that. So I had to wear these gross like slipper things for my first few days until I got my own shoes. So yeah, just keep mindful of that. The principal meets up with me and we go to the teacher's room, and of course all the teachers are like, oh wow, foreigner, ooh, foreigner. So when I got shown to my desk, I was sitting next to the English teachers of the school. So it was just the Sanise teachers, the Sanise English teachers that I sat next to. So one happened to be a old gentleman that his English was pretty good, but he was about to retire, so he really didn't give two craps about anything. But it was cool though, because he was pretty chill. After that, I had to stand up in front of the room and just give them a basic, bio. And be like, hey, my name's blah, blah, blah. I came from blah, 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 and I like to do this. So, yoroshiku. Once that was done, my first day was pretty much over. I mean, yeah, I had to stay till 3:30, but I didn't have anything to do. So it was just me sitting at my desk for 6 hours. My first day was introduce myself to the teachers. Oh well. Anyways, the second day was when I had my first 2 classes. Now, another thing about my schedule for this year was a lot of days I would just have 1 class or 2 classes for the entire day, and the rest was me just pretty much sitting there. And I don't know about the other companies or the other the other schools that had their English teachers, but I really did just have, I had a sports class, I had a IT class, I had a couple welfare classes, and I had a couple art classes. To explain about that, now my school was basically broke up into your courses for the year. Now, IT classes are of course going to have a lot of computer-based classes. They will have their basic classes like their math and their history and their science or whatever, but it will be mostly focused around IT general things. Like the welfare class. The welfare class also had classes with sign language and things like that. So that would be for the welfare kids. And of course, the sports classes are going to be more PE centered, and those are going to be the kids that are in the sports clubs. So baseball club, soccer club. And to explain about the clubs, in America we would call them the soccer team. Like in the soccer teams, the school soccer team or the school baseball team or the school football team. They're just basically just flip that and turn it into club. It's the same thing. When I introduced myself to the classes, now that was kind of interesting because that's when I started to really get the feel of what high school life was going to be like for me in my first year. So my first class was the welfare class. Now the welfare class is just mostly girls. I think there was 2 guys in the whole class, and actually both the welfare classes, there were 2 guys, and it was just me standing up and again just introducing myself. Hi, my name's Antonio, but speaking in the slowish English that I can. So for example, I would be like, hello everyone, my name is Antonio, I'm from, your English you're going to need to speak if you're working at a place like a high school. It's going to be extremely low. Now, I can't speak for all of the high schools because I went to a couple of the high-level English high schools, and their English was really good. Now, I'm talking like almost native. Like, it was really, really, really good. My high school was just a really, really low English level school, so I just had to speak that way for a little while until they got used to the way that I spoke. A lot of the Japanese English speakers, it's not so much that they can't understand what you're saying, it's just that they can't understand the way that you say it. What I mean by this is that a lot of the English teachers that were there, they spoke English to me really well. A couple of them, like, very, very, very fluently. Only 2 or 3 of them abroad to study English, but all of them had a general understanding of English. So when I spoke English to them, I speak moderately fast. I've slowed down a lot since I've been here, but my English is still a little fast, especially when I get, excited and talking about things. When I first got to the school in general, I had to slow down my speech a lot and be very conscious of how I said things because they just won't understand. On top of the fact that, like I said before in my videos, that we speak a lot of slang in American English, so you just have to be conscious of that, be aware, and adjust accordingly. Back to what I was saying about my first classes. They're full of mostly girls, and after I got finished saying my bio, every girl in the class, their hands went up. My partner teacher would pick out people, and in Japanese they would ask if I had a girlfriend. My question to them immediately after was, why? Their direct response would be, because I love you. That was quick. One thing that I got my first days a lot was, I love you, marry me. It was absolutely insane. I got so many marriage proposals my first week that it was, I don't know. It was crazy. This is just my experiences. So I was talking to a couple friends of mine that are also English teachers, and they said the same thing. So I guess if you're moderately cool and you're into that, then by all means. Me myself, I really can't see it. Like, I can't do it. That's crazy to me. Yeah, actually this is getting kind of long, so I'm probably gonna cut this off now and put everything else in the next video. So see you guys later. Peace.